Hello. Excuse me, we are live. Election 2020. So, we're going to get into it. I am first, hopping on my live on my Facebook to share it to the RIPS reports page, and then we will get going. So, I hope everybody is doing well today. We are live here. How's everybody's day going? We're gonna have a lot going on. So election night 2020, get going. So we have some states we can call right away. We're gonna let some people get it. I hope everybody is having a good night. We went around and checked out some polling places, stuff like that today. It's been a long day. It's going to be a long night. So bear with me here. I got a hot chocolate station behind me. I got water. I'll take, a couple minute breaks here and there throughout the night. So right now I'm keeping an eye on Florida, which is still too close to call. But right now, from what I'm seeing, Donald Trump has the lead in Florida. Now, Joe Biden has won Massachusetts. He has won Delaware, D.C., Rhode Island. Donald Trump so far, we are calling Indiana, Kentucky, Oklahoma. Donald Trump is also right now in the lead in Michigan and Missouri, Georgia, and Maine. Joe Biden right now has a slight lead in Texas from what the AP is reporting, which is what we are using, and Kansas as well. So we are just getting started. It's going to be a long, long night here for election 2020. I just hope everyone's having a good night. So, we'll hang out, we'll do our thing, and various race calls throughout the night are going to come in. I am keeping an eye. Local polls close at 9 p.m., so I expect to see some races. Some of the hotly contested local races, NY27 between Jacobs and Nate McMurray, that's going to be a hotly contested one, I believe. So, I'm not sure what you guys expect tonight. What are you guys expecting? I see Donald Trump right now. They are projecting him the winner also in West Virginia. So Donald Trump right now is the projected winner in West Virginia. We are going to call that race. I am going by what a lot of the other people have gone by with what a lot of other people's go. I go with the AP polls and what they say. They are, they just have that standard of excellence. So West Virginia is called for Donald Trump. So there is a lot of 9 p.m. poll closings. Obviously, New York State, Wisconsin, Wyoming, just to name a couple. So New York, we basically know, especially those of us that live here in New York State, we basically know it's going to go Joe Biden. It's going to go blue. It basically always goes Democrat here. There we go. I just opened it up publicly. I didn't realize it was private on my Facebook. But yeah, this is going to be interesting, to say the least. So there we go. I just opened it up publicly. this app's taking some use to get used to. Hi guys, hi guys. So yeah, I just opened my thing up publicly. We're gonna call some states right now. Oklahoma, West Virginia, both going to Donald Trump. Delaware, Massachusetts, both going to both going to Joe Biden. I am sorry. Also going to Joe Biden is Rhode Island, Connecticut, Vermont, and Trump's getting Indiana and Kentucky. I hope everybody is having a good night. What are your expectations for tonight? New York polls close at 9 p.m. I am watching to see what the New York poll results will be, especially in NY27, which is one of the hotly contested races between Nate McMurray and Chris Jacobs. I asked the question on my Facebook, and a narrow victory for Nate McMurray from between my Facebook friends. Not that my Facebook friends are an accurate poll of what the electorate's going to look like out there in NY27. But I think that is going to be one race to watch. Donald Trump, again, projected to win Indiana, West Virginia, Kentucky, Oklahoma, and Tennessee as well. So, hi, Mary. Speaking of Tennessee, we just called Tennessee for Donald Trump, your home state. So, yeah, guys, we're waiting on a few more states. Donald Trump is also in the lead in Indiana and Michigan right now, as well as in the lead in Florida and Georgia. Florida is very, very close, as it always is, but like, it's really close. So Texas right now has Joe Biden in a slight lead, along with Kansas, Missouri, Ohio, and PA. Virginia looks like it's going to go Biden, but it's still too close to call. As you guys can see, we have the election map right behind me here. It's showing us Senate races, but it'll be on the presidential race for the most part. And there's going to be a lot of races, you know, that don't get called. I think we're looking at the possibility of Pennsylvania maybe not getting called tonight, which would be interesting to say the least. You know, and Joe Biden said he will address the crowd tonight, whereas Donald Trump said he might not. And it looks like Mitch McConnell's going to win in Kentucky. So I'm going to wait for that to be official. But from what I am seeing right now, it looks like Mitch McConnell is going to win here. Yeah, Mitch McConnell, it looks like, is going to hold his Kentucky seat. So there you go. Mitch McConnell, the majority leader, is going to retain his seat there in Kentucky. So again, how was everyone's voting experience out there? I'm very interested to hear. I was out checking out some polls. I went live, obviously, various times throughout the day. There wasn't any lines really around me here in the Western New York area, for those of you from Western New York. There wasn't many lines. So I'm very interested to hear how it was for you guys. Was there a line? Were you one of the people that woke up really early in the morning and were waiting in line? Were there no lines? Did you vote early? I personally voted by mail. I dropped off I live right down the street from the Board of Elections, so I dropped off my ballot right at the Board of Elections. And I also stopped by the Board of Elections today. There was really nothing going on down there. And from what I was reading, there was like over 80,000 votes cast. About a 10-minute wait went smooth. That's good, Ryan. Yeah. Yeah, no, you know, there hasn't been many voting issues here in Western New York. So far, I think things have gone well for the most part. You know, again, so Mitch McConnell is going to hold his seat in Kentucky. For those of you that are possibly just joining us, that is the most recent results right now. Not bad at 5 a.m. Lancaster, maybe 5 people in line. That's good. Yeah, guys, and I didn't see any lines. I walked around this morning, and again, the afternoon, we were especially like we were out in Akron, Newstead area, and then Amherst, and then I was out back in the city around my neighborhood during the day, or I'm sorry, not during the day, during the night, and then before I got home and got ready for this, and everything looked like it was going smooth. Everybody was real nice. I'm very excited. We're going to see democracy in action tonight. North Dakota has Donald Trump in the lead right now. Arkansas has just been called for Donald Trump, as well as Alabama. Arkansas and Alabama are going to Donald Trump, and I will add those on the ticker. So for those of you guys watching, the ticker below has the states that are called for each president. Let me just throw in Arkansas and Alabama. They're both going Trump. Yeah, guys, today is going to be one of those days. Florida right now has Donald Trump in the lead, but it is still too close to call. I've seen, it drives me nuts a little bit, but I've seen one of the pages I follow call that race already. It's still too close to call. Donald Trump is in the lead, though, in Florida. Georgia also has Trump in the lead right now. So, yeah, guys, West Coast states will come in late. New York polls come in at 9. New York, I suspect, will stay blue. You can almost put your money on that, on New York staying blue for Joe Biden here. I hope everyone's having a good night. Everyone's voting experience so far that has commented has been pretty positive. If you're new to the stream, let us know how your voting experience was. I'm very interested to see how people's voting experience was here today. We're going to have a long night ahead. I don't expect everyone to hang out with me all night. You can pop in and out along with your regular news coverage. Obviously, I have the TV in the back, and the polls behind me are actually the NBC polls. And as you can see, NBC right now has Biden at 51 electorates and Trump at 42. So what we do know right now about Florida, it is too close to call, and the big difference, what I was seeing, and they were talking about on the news before I jumped live with Florida. So right now, the Florida votes, 89% reporting, 50.9% Donald Trump, 48.2% Joe Biden. Maybe I can share this with you here. Let me see. So here we go, guys. We're going to look at Florida. This is Florida right now and how it is polling for Donald Trump. As you can see, Donald Trump holds a 50.9%, 89% reporting. Joe Jurgensen is polling at 0.6%, Howie Hawkins at 0.1%. So, yeah, Donald Trump is firmly holding, it looks like, that Florida area. Yeah, it's tough. That's going to be a close race, though. It's still very close. We know Miami-Dade County, where Miami is a very, very populated area. So it's really going to be about how the turnout was in all of the areas going with that. But yeah, guys, so that is a look at Florida. Florida is going to be one of the closest states, as it always is. Voted today in Tennessee, all calm, all friendly. Nice, nice. Fox News was just talking about Florida, said there are still as many as 1 million mail-ins not counted yet. Yeah, that sounds about right. Mail-in votes are going to be important. And I do want to say there is a chance we don't know who the winner of this election is tonight, if I'm honest with you guys. Mail-in votes are going to be a thing here. Maybe all the mail-in votes aren't in yet. So that's going to be a real thing. And that is something to talk about. I'm not sure how the mail-in votes are going to work. I know in Pennsylvania, for instance, I believe they're giving them until 3 days after the election to count the mail-in votes. NBC said the same too. Yeah, guys, that makes a lot of sense to me. That as many as 1 million mail-in votes aren't counted yet. And that's going to be the case. That's why we might not know the results tonight. But I think we'll have a pretty clear picture of what the results are. But again, I'm not sure. I'm not, it's a long night. It's going to be a long night. And we got to be in it for the long haul here. Because it by no means is going to be just a give me for anyone. So when I look at a state like Pennsylvania, though, I think Pennsylvania can go either way, obviously. Ohio right now has Joe Biden in the lead. Let's go look at Ohio. So Ohio, the Cleveland area. So this is the vote breakdown. Ohio, 54% Joe Biden, 44.8% for Donald Trump, 0.9% Joe Jorgensen, 0.3% Howie Hawkins. So that is the look at the Ohio map. If you could, I'm not really an expert on a lot of this stuff, but you see Cleveland, Toledo, obviously the counties where you see major cities are going blue, and the ones without the major cities look like they're mainly going red there. I'm not an expert. I should definitely not be the only person you're going to for this, but this is what we are doing. We are here all night for the election. But that is the breakdown of Ohio. Pennsylvania, right now, with not a lot reporting at all, it looks like. Not even half the counties has Joe Biden in the lead. I'm going to keep my eyes on Pennsylvania because there's not even 1 million votes counted yet. But it has Joe Biden in a pretty hefty lead. But those are like with areas like Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Erie, Allentown. So that'll be interesting. Let's see. I think so. It looks like New Jersey. Yep. New Jersey is going to go to Joe Biden. We are going to call New Jersey for Joe Biden here. And I think that was something I think most people expected. So there we go. We got New Jersey for Joe Biden. I'm going to add it into the ticker now, and it makes it official that we called that. So Joe Biden wins the great state of New Jersey. A couple more states to look into. Illinois. Joe Biden is also going to win the great state of Illinois. Donald Trump only got 39% of the vote in Illinois, whereas Joe Biden got 59 so far out of the 11% reporting, and the AP is projecting that. So we are also going to call Illinois for Joe Biden. Let's see. So we got Illinois going Joe Biden. We got Virginia. Okay, so I'm very confused with how someone needs to explain to me how Virginia is going. I'm going to bring this up here. We're going to share. You guys need to see this. So it says Joe Biden won. It has Joe Biden as the clear winner with 39.9% of votes, but it has Donald Trump at 58.3% of votes. So I guess I need to figure out how Joe Biden won the state of Virginia. Yeah, guys. There's a few states. Let's go look at North Carolina and see what the breakdown is. So, yeah, okay, yeah. A lot of the big cities. There's still a few counties that you can see are not reported there in South Carolina or North Carolina. I'm sorry. So, these states that aren't called yet, they can go any which way. Like Texas right now has Joe Biden winning in a slight lead, if you look at this. But there are so many areas in Texas that are just not at all even close to being called. And there's no real, look. But let's take a look here. State of Kansas. There's not a lot reporting in Kansas. It has Joe Biden in a slight lead at 52% with 39% reporting. We have 10% reporting out of Missouri. Let's take a look at Maine. No, let's not take a look at Maine. Let's take a look at Vermont, a state that's already been called, and it's solid blue. So Vermont, solid blue, and Joe Biden won 67.3% of the vote there in Vermont. So that is a look at like what is going on right now as far as the presidential election. Again, New York polls close in 1 minute. So we are about to know. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm watching the news in like one of my videos. Anyways, so we are getting ready. Local polls are just closing right now. It's 9 p.m. So let's see what is going on here. I'm waiting to see what the update on NY27 is because, NY27 is one of the more hotly contested races. Chris Jacobs won just barely, in the election 5 months ago, the special election there. So we will see. Polls just closed here. It is 9 p.m. New York State polls are closed. However, if you are in line voting right now and you have been in line since 8:59 p.m., they have to let you vote. All right. Officially, polls close in 45 seconds. So, not by the time you see that. There's a slight delay, I guess. But you know what I mean. The state of Florida is so close. We'll break down Florida. We did already. It's just Florida, man. Florida, as Tim Russert put it. Oh, that is such a scary one. It always comes down to Florida. So Donald Trump, yes, he's gonna win. I think we already said Arkansas. He's gonna win Mississippi as well. So we are calling the state of Mississippi for Donald Trump. We're going to call some more states here. Let's get to it. So Mississippi, Donald Trump. All right. So we got Mississippi going to Donald Trump. We got Wyoming going to Donald Trump. We got North Dakota going to Donald Trump. We got South Dakota going to Donald Trump. So let's pull up that election map again. We'll show you guys what we're talking about. A bunch of polling places just called in. We got New York going for the old Vice President Joe Biden. We got the state of Nebraska going for Donald Trump. We still got a Donald Trump lead in Michigan with 14% reporting. So states that went for Biden: Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New York went for Joe Biden. New Mexico just coming in as confirmed, Joe Biden. So we got quite a few states to add in here as more get called, and there is just a lot going on, I would say, right now, as this is really, polls are closing locally. Again, I want to see how the NY27 race works. I think that is going to be, to me, one of the more interesting local races. Again, that Nate McMurray, I think that's going to be a close call between Nate McMurray and Trish Jacobs. That's, there's a lot of races. What was it? Cheektowaga Assembly, 143 as well. People wanted me to keep an eye on, but we'll wait for those to get called. Those should start getting called pretty soon. As I get some water here. Again, we are going to be live all night. This is a long night for all of us. So, as we're calling states, be vigilant what's going on. I know a lot of people seem to think that there's going to be some chaos or something after this election. I'm not sure. If we look at a couple other states, right now, Joe Biden with 9% reporting has a lead in Pennsylvania. But Pennsylvania, so Joe Biden's at 71.1%, Donald Trump's at 24.7%, but that's only 9% reporting. I definitely expect that to change. New Mexico's Colorado's first numbers are coming in with 11% reporting, and they have Joe Biden in the lead with 71%, and Donald Trump at 27%. The state of Kansas still has Joe Biden in the lead with 39% reporting, but just barely 51.8% to Donald Trump's 47.2% now to Joe Biden's 51.4. Donald Trump is 47.2 with 39% reporting. So we are just getting in. Georgia has Donald Trump in the lead at 34% reporting, at 56.6%, with Joe Biden at a 42.4% margin. I voted. Well, good. Everyone should vote, man. That's. I don't care who anyone votes for. I just care that you vote. That's the important thing to me. I'm not worried about who anyone voted for. Voting is important. I really think voting is important, even if you don't like either one of these two candidates. There were plenty of great third-party candidates people could vote for. But yeah, and we go look. Obviously, Tennessee. Donald Trump won Tennessee, 50% reporting. He's winning Tennessee. It's not very close. North Carolina was 77% reporting. Still has Joe Biden in the lead. So there's still a few counties in North Carolina that have yet to report any results, but with 77% reporting, Joe Biden's at 51%, Donald Trump is at 47.9%. So that's an interesting little thing to take into account there. All right, when we look at the state of Nebraska right now, 13% report. Again, this is something we've seen with VA. 13% reporting, and it says Donald Trump at 40.9% and Joe Biden at 57.2%. So not that I'm doubting Nebraska's going to go Trump, but that's just interesting because we've seen it in VA earlier, where it says Joe Biden's going to win at 39.9% and Donald Trump at 58.3%. So it'll definitely be interesting. PA right now is still leaning Biden, but again, only that 9% reporting. We got 57% reporting in Ohio, and Joe Biden is in the lead here. So Joe Biden right now is at 53.1%, and Donald Trump is at 45.7%. Ball rips included. I'm probably not going to go smoke too much on camera today or anything like that. This is all about the election. So I'm just checking it out. How are you doing, Kristen? How was your voting experience? Guys, tell me how your voting experience was. Was there a line? Was there not a line? Did you vote by mail like I did? I voted by mail personally. So New Hampshire right now has not been called yet, but it has Joe Biden in the lead at 11% reporting. Maine still has Donald Trump in the lead, but only 2% have reported. Let's see here. Michigan is a battleground state. If 15% have reported so far, with 16 electoral votes on the line, and they have Donald Trump in the lead at 57.5%. and Joe Biden at 40.7%. But there is plenty of counties that still need to report their votes. Good. It's evening here, Mike. How is it over the pond? How is it over there? Good luck to both parties. Listen, I voted third party, I'll be honest. So had no lines in reverse. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm glad, Wayne. Wayne, I seen you Snapchatted me too. I'm sorry, man. I'll get to that when I can. Yeah, it'll be an interesting. I want to see how Iowa goes. Iowa hasn't reported yet, but I'm very interested to see how Iowa and Wisconsin go. I think those are two states to watch. Obviously, Florida's a state to watch. 90% reporting in Florida. They have Donald Trump at 51.2%, Joe Biden at 47.9%. That is an extremely close race. 5.5 million votes for Donald Trump. Joe Biden is just under 5.2 million votes there. That is a very, very close race there in Florida. And Florida obviously is one of the battleground states we always watch. I want to vote. Well, Mikey, you can't vote, man. I'm sorry. You're not an American citizen. I'm hearing Brits talk about this. So yeah, Joe Biden was Barack Obama's vice president there, Mike. But yeah, guys, Wisconsin just started to report 10 electoral votes up for grabs. Only 1% have reported, and it has Donald Trump in a slight lead there. We're going to keep our eyes on this. We're going to pull the map back up and show you guys what I'm looking at. So let's look at Pennsylvania. Only 9% have reported. There's plenty of states that have not reported yet, or plenty of counties, I'm sorry, that have not reported yet, as you can see. And that'll be an interesting one to watch. Again, this is one of those battleground states. And PA, they have their 20 electoral votes. So Texas, since Mike just asked about Texas 38 electoral votes. Right now is polling for Biden, and I'm pretty surprised. 57% reporting. Plenty of counties not reporting at all. But Joe Biden, 49.5%. Donald Trump, 49.2%. That you can't get much closer than that. Joe Jorgensen at 1%. It cannot get much closer than it is in Texas. Texas and Florida, I thought for sure Texas would be a Trump state. I'm pretty surprised by that. Colorado with 32% reporting, not a whole lot, obviously. Plenty of counties still have to report. If Trump doesn't win Texas, yeah, exactly. So I'm going to keep an eye on Texas pretty closely through the night. Let's look at Minnesota. Only Duluth reporting there, so let's not look at Minnesota. Let's look at a state that's been called, and it's been called with only 13% reporting, but obviously it's a pretty obvious state that always goes Joe Biden. But what's interesting here is Joe Jorgensen is polling right now at 1.1%, and Howie Hawkins at 1.8%. Two third-party candidates I think you should watch for. Mike, I'm not sure, man. Things don't change overnight based on who wins. Ohio, 59% reporting gives Joe Biden a slight lead. Obviously, too close to call, but when you're looking at 52.3%, let's see how the third parties are polling in some of these states. So Joe Jorgensen at 0.9%, Howie Hawkins at 0.3% there in Ohio. The third parties aren't getting a great turnout like they were in 2016. Big cities that lean Democrat always report first. Got to wait for small. I'm waiting. I'm still, I'm not getting overzealous or anything. I'm not calling anything. I just think these are some interesting areas to watch. With 57% reporting, that is very close there in Texas. Colorado, obviously, going to be close. What I'm wondering is, Utah obviously isn't reporting yet, but I'm very interested to see how Utah goes. New York races, I'm not sure what's going on. So the 23rd district, Reed right now is in the lead. Well, here, I'm going to pull up a local site. I had one up earlier, and my cat decided to walk across my my laptop and mess everything up, so I had to restart everything. But yeah, guys, right now, I think it's going to be a pretty closely contested race. There's just no way around it. Yeah, so polling places are just closing here in New York. We don't have a whole lot of polling data yet on local races. I'll get you guys local races as soon as I see some. I know there's some, we're keeping an eye on. I'm going to get to some comments here. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, Joe Jurgensen's pretty awesome. Hopefully Pelosi does not win. I hate that lady. Again, I'm not advocating for anyone or not. It's really not my business. Uh, I want to say is good luck. I do not. I know, Mikey. I know. What about the 300,000 ballots being lost by USPS? How do you think that? I'm not sure. There's a lot of questions I have about this. Again, we might not have results tonight. And that's a possibility we might have to live with. I know we're so used to being able to, like, election night at 1 a.m., go to bed, and oh, we know who the president is. But that's not necessarily a guarantee that we know who the president is tonight. Mail-in ballots still got to get counted. Kristen, you bring up a good point. There were ballots that have been lost. What do we do about those? Do they get, obviously, do they get provisional ballots that can get counted later? Because that's what should happen. And there's lots of crazy things, man, going on. Now, obviously, a lot of people are watching the Senate. Texas Senate, they're calling Conran over in rounds in South Dakota. So the U.S. House district right now, it looks like Brian Higgins in the 26th district. I'm waiting for the 27th to come. The 27th still has no numbers. The 27th is the one I'm trying to keep an eye on the most. I'm pretty sure Brian Higgins will win that 26th district, no questions asked. There's not going just stop. There's not going to be any riots or protests. That's ridiculous. Especially with it being so close to votes, I think results wouldn't be in tonight. No, and there's a few states, there's states what they're going to be, right? New York, is basically going to go blue, right? The Dakotas, they're basically going red. All right, but there's other states where you don't know, like Florida, for instance. It's always so close there. It's within 300,000 votes right now. So it's insanity. All right, we're going to call another state. The state of Louisiana. I don't think I called it yet. The state of Louisiana is going for Donald Trump. Not really a surprise. I think everybody expected Louisiana to go Donald Trump. And we are also going to call the state of South Carolina Donald Trump. They are calling South Carolina for Donald Trump as well. So there's two more states. PA has 11% reporting now, and Joe Biden's lead has gone down a little bit. Joe Biden still has a good lead in Ohio with 62% reporting, although that might narrow down a little bit. Missouri has Joe Biden in the lead right now with 14% reporting at 62.9%, and Donald Trump at 36.1% of the vote there. Louisiana's Trump. Yeah, well, the South basically always goes Trump. Right now, Texas is at 61% reporting and has Joe Biden in the lead at 50% and Donald Trump at 48.7%. And that might be, and I know like when you're talking about states like that's where you talk about the third party candidates playing a role. Like Joe Jurgensen, she's pulling at 1% there. So the state of Maine, only 3% reporting. We can't call that one yet. Has Utah voted? Yeah, they're all voting. They don't all call because we're in different time zones. So the next polling locations will close at 10 p.m. my time, which is just about 40 minutes away now. So we'll have more and more states kind of closing here. We got Donald Trump obviously winning Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Nebraska. California will, I mean, state, we know what some of these states are going to go. We're just waiting on numbers to come in. Iowa has no numbers in yet. I'm very interested to see how Iowa goes. I think Iowa's going to be a very, very close state. Michigan right now is getting Donald Trump the lead with 17% reporting. He has 57.6% of the vote there in Michigan right now. It is very, very close. Florida is very close, man. Florida is going to give us anxiety all night. Florida is going to do what Florida does best and give us anxiety, and we just have to accept that is Florida's role. To give. I also want Phil Collins in the air. Okay, so no, I don't think Donald Trump will speak tonight, especially if the race isn't called. Obviously, Joe Biden will speak tonight. There's no doubt about that. Joe Biden already said he would speak. But Donald Trump, I'm not so sure he's going to address the crowd unless he really, unless it's sure he wins. I don't think Donald Trump addresses tonight. I just think the race is going to be real close. We won't know for a couple of days. I expect him to probably address us maybe tomorrow morning, regardless of what the results are. Joe Biden will address everybody tonight, though. He already said he would. Last of the states are going to give us anxiety. Yeah, Florida, man, it's crazy to me because ideally I would love to move to Florida. Honestly, you would think the weather's beautiful. You're right on the coast. Besides hurricanes, it sounds great. But like when you read the news stories out of there and everything, I don't know. I don't think I can move to Florida. So, yeah, I have hot chocolate in the cup. I actually have a whole hot chocolate station behind me, which is pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about that. I don't even have to get up to make hot chocolate. It'll be very interesting. We have a lot of close states. So we'll get some local numbers up here. So local polls are just closing. And obviously 9 p.m. was when our polls closed. So you should have plenty and plenty. We should have plenty and plenty to go by. Let's see here. Erie County election results. And there's none yet. So yeah, we don't have it. Plain hot chocolate or flavored? Asking for it's plain hot chocolate with marshmallows in it. I'm a very, very boring person, guys. All right, so we are 45 minutes into the stream here, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna light another incense though. It's going to be a long night, guys. Buckle in for the long haul. I'm going to take a couple breaks throughout the night, but it'll be a good night. Regardless of who wins, I think everybody should stay calm. I wonder how you guys' voting experience was. Sorry for all the awkward silence there for a minute. I'm a head to bed, dude. It's 2 a.m. All right, dude. Well, you have a good night, Mike. And I know it's early in the morning there. Hopefully, we'll know who our winner is when you wake up. There's a chance we don't, though. You have a good night. Now, what I think, and I heard what some people were concerned about. Obviously, I do my reading, and good night, Mikey. You have a good night. I do my reading and YouTube watching like everybody else. And one of the concerns I see people talking about is, well, what if no one concedes? And could this go to the courts? And could they fight to disqualify mail-in ballots? And that's a possibility. What I wonder, so obviously Pennsylvania stopped counting votes November 6th. They're mail-in votes. They can get them until November 6th. But obviously, if you were voting by mail, the best thing to do when you vote by mail or absentee ballot, drop it off right at your Board of Elections. It's the best thing to do no matter what. So Georgia with 42% reporting has Donald Trump in the lead right now. I think that was kind of expected for most people. Florida is still too close to call, but has Donald Trump in the lead by a little more than 300,000 votes right now. Well, okay, so what could happen if it goes to court? They could fight to get mail-in ballots thrown out. There's a lot of scandalous stuff that could happen that I am not qualified to talk about. But like they could fight to get mail-in ballots thrown out and stuff like that, and it can get really ugly. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that. We have a proud tradition in this country of when someone looks like they're going to lose the presidential race, they concede. And I hopefully Donald Trump and Joe Biden both keep up that proud tradition, because it does. It keeps out all that extra nonsense. But yeah, guys, that's what we're kind of looking at right now. Joe Biden, obviously, New York State, there's not a lot reporting. I know everyone basically just expects it to go blue anyways. It's been called already. It's a landslide in what has been reported so far. 76.1% for Joe Biden, 23.3% for Trump right now. And then the Libertarians and Green parties are not polling very well at just 0.3 and 0.2%. But you know who is polling pretty well? Brock Pierce in some of these states. For someone who basically did not throw much hanging chads anyone, not sure I follow, I'm sorry. If they get them thrown out, do they offer those? I don't know. And that's the thing. I don't know, Kristen, and that's what I wonder. They should. Morally, they should. But that's not necessarily the case. But again, this has never happened. So this is like uncharted territory almost that we don't want to cross. So it looks like, yeah, they're starting to report now locally. So I'm going to keep an eye on a couple key races now that they are starting to report locally. It's just hard to keep my eye on 7 things at once like I am. But yeah, 2020 has been a crazy year. And Kristen, I think you have a point. We have a crazy year. Anything can happen. Hopefully I don't think this will. But what I do want to say is everyone should stay calm. Even if your guy loses, it's not the end of the world. I don't know who you voted for, and that's not really my business. But if your guy loses, it's not the end of the world. Trust me. I'm used to it. Like, I'm a third-party voter. I'm used to my guy losing. It's not the end of the world. It's just kind of how it goes sometimes. So yeah, I'm keeping an eye on this 27th district, and obviously the news is too, because it's the most hotly contested race in the area, and it's obviously there's not a whole lot going on. Well, thank you, Steve. I'm trying my best. But yeah, it's been a nice kind of calm day. I went out and checked out some polls earlier today. Not a whole lot going on, guys. at the polls. I think a lot of people voted early. A lot of people I know voted early. Let's check into Texas again. 63% reporting now. And Joe Biden has the narrowest of victories with 63% reporting, with like 80,000 vote lead in Texas right now with 63% reporting. Let's pull that up. So we got our election map here. Let's go into Texas. Obviously, there's a lot of counties that haven't reported, but it says 63% of precincts reported, and yeah, you just see how close this is. Like 80,000 votes separating the two. Joe Jorgensen's polling at 1%. This is an insanely tight race right now in Texas, but that could change. Texas is obviously notoriously Republican, and so that could change as more precincts report. But again, 67% reporting. And then we have 47% reporting in Colorado. With the 47% reporting, we'll pull that up. You have Joe Biden in a 61.5% lead. He leads by around 400,000 votes, a little more. And yeah, that's a close race. Well, not really a close race in Colorado, but like in general, this national race looks pretty close. You know, right now, Joe Biden, they're saying is 122 with Donald Trump 92. Florida is an important one with 29. Texas right now, not having Donald Trump in the lead is shocking. It's very weird to see Texas with any shade of blue. And Michigan is a close one as well. Donald Trump has the lead by about 160,000 votes. Very, very interesting there, as Michigan is obviously a swing state, and so is Wisconsin, but Wisconsin only has 9% reporting. We'll wait until Wisconsin has some more. Pennsylvania with 13% reporting. We've been watching this all night. It was very heavily in favor. It's now Donald Trump's picking up more ground there as expected. And Ohio has, with 65% reporting, let's check that out. You have Joe Biden in a slight lead there at 50.4% of the vote. Donald Trump has 83.3%. And how about Joe Jorgensen with 1% of the vote? Howie Hawkins, 0.3% of the vote. And yeah, less than 100,000 votes separating the two right now there in the state of Ohio. Yeah, Steve, I just did. Sorry, man. I was checking in on a bunch of them. I know there's a slight delay, so I don't know. Yeah. Sorry about that. What I'm interested in is Arizona. Arizona, I feel like could go either way as well. I know maybe people don't feel that way, but I think Arizona could possibly go either way. Iowa obviously can go either way. They're not even showing any results yet. New York, you know, with only 16% reporting, obviously. New Hampshire is still close. And it'll be a while before we get results out of PA. It might be a few days, honestly. Ohio will have tonight. Florida, I don't know if we'll have tonight. Georgia, we should have tonight. And Donald Trump has a pretty commanding lead in Georgia. So Donald Trump has 55.8% of the vote, whereas Joe Biden has 43.1% of the vote. Separating them is about 300,000. Joe Jorgensen polling at 1.1%. And I think it'll be very interesting to see how it all plays out there in Georgia. Now, that I know some people consider Georgia a toss-up. I don't think Georgia's going to go for Biden. But North Carolina's throwing me off right now. 83% reporting. They have Joe Biden in the lead, and Joe Jorgensen 0.8% of the vote. And they're separated by about 60,000 votes, the two of them, Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Don Blankenship of the Constitution Party, who I've actually not heard of until today, is polling at 0.1% with just over 6,000 votes. So that's interesting to see another kind of guy. Third parties right now, they're polling at about 1 to 2%, it looks like, in most states. They're not polling as well as I thought they would this year. I thought this year would be a key third party year. I just didn't think either candidate was that strong. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have. I only have what I have on the computer, so that's good to know. Thank you. Biden won. Yep, Biden won New York. That should be in the ticker. Yep, it's in the ticker. Yep, Biden won New York. He also won Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, the Washington D.C. area, Maryland, New Mexico, and Illinois. Minnesota right now, Minnesota, who's had historically high voter turnouts the past couple elections, they're 10% reporting in favor of Joe Biden, 65.4% to Donald Trump's 32.8%. That's only 10% reporting, though, and that's very early. Keep that in mind. Maine is still in favor of Donald Trump with only 5% reporting there, so we'll keep an eye on that, as that lead has gone down pretty significantly since it's pretty close now there in Maine, but only 5% reporting. Oh yeah, it's all good. Yeah. So if you guys look at the bottom, I have a ticker, and it has which states are who. Sorry, in case you guys miss it when I call states. So yeah, let's go through Donald Trump's states he won. He won North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. He's in a pretty commanding lead, I would say, in Tennessee at 59.3% to 39% with 72% reporting. I mean, that's very commanding. I mean, that's like a 10-point lead. So that's very interesting. It's all good, Krista. No worries. Yeah, again, Iowa has yet to report anything. I'm very interested to see how all this plays out. Yeah, I know I keep saying that, but it truly is interesting to watch it all unfold in real time here. Now, I want to know what you guys think. Now, who do you guys think is going to win this? I know it's pretty early in the night, but do you guys think that there's a chance here with Donald Trump in the lead in Florida right now? Does that sway your opinion at all? Or Joe Biden leading Ohio right now? The lead in Ohio is the narrowest of margins. We're talking 1,980,000 votes to 1,930,000 votes. I mean, you're talking less than a 50,000 vote difference there in Ohio between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. So that's pretty wild. Is Maine the state that can split up their debt? I don't think it's Maine. Is it Nebraska? I'm trying to think of who it is that splits their delegates. I can't think. Is it Missouri? Maybe it might be Missouri. It's not Maine though. Maine might too, but I feel like there's a Midwestern state that does that. I should know that one. I don't know why I don't, but yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what's going on. Again, if you look at the TV screen behind me, you can watch the Senate races and the president races. And what they have on here is 89 delegates for Biden and 72. And this is the NBC graph behind me that I am using. And it's all very close. So, and it's just going to keep changing and getting on my nerves. 2016 showed Maine giving 3 to Hillary. Okay, so maybe Maine does split it. That's a good question. I should Google that right now. Let's see, guys. Which states split electoral votes? Nebraska and Maine. There you go. Nebraska and Maine split their electoral votes. All right, Colorado is being called for Joe Biden, guys. So we're calling another state here. We're going to throw Colorado onto the ticker for Joe Biden, the great state of Colorado. So that's an interesting one. Minnesota still only at 10% reporting. Missouri at 18% reporting has Biden in the slight lead right now. And Kansas, such a narrow margin right now. It's so narrow there. So we'll keep an eye on Kansas because that looks like that's going to be a close race throughout the night for the presidency. I'm going to take a quick not even 2 minute break. I will be right back, guys. I promise. All right, I know that was less than 2 minutes. I'm sorry. I had to crack my back, and I didn't want to do it on camera. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out tonight. Let's get to this map again. Sorry, I cracked my back good. That felt really good. We are very close. When you look at Florida, 91% report. That just boggles my mind how close Florida always is. Like, why does it always have to come down to Florida? Pennsylvania, with 15% reporting now, has Joe Biden in a slight lead. We're going to pull that up, and we're going to show you guys PA. When you look at this, there's still some counties that have to report. Obviously, areas with cities are going blue for the most part, some of these larger cities. And you look at it, it's only like 140,000 people separating, 140,000 votes separating. When you look at 55.8% to 43.2%, it's a little misleading. It's a rather close race. This can go either way, obviously, Pennsylvania. Again, only 15% reporting there. So nothing to really worry about. Guys, it's going to be a long night. We're going to wait. More polls are going to close as the night goes on. I mean, there's nothing else I can say. Let's see. I want to see what's going on with local elections. So if you guys don't mind, I am going to go figure that out. But yeah, guys. See, I don't like these the new way the news sites are laid out. I just don't like it. So unfortunately, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch for a minute. Brian Higgins looks like he's gonna win that 26th district. He's up to a really big lead there. Let's check the 27th district. I'm waiting for that. Still nothing reporting out of the 27th district. It's going to take all night. That's going to be one of those races that is very, very close, locally speaking. And that's a local race that has a lot of interest in it. I miss high school only because they had the best desk for backcracking. Now I'm old. You can't be that. What are you? You said you're 32. You're not that old. Don't call yourself old. That was blue in 2016. Okay, yeah. It'll be, guys, yeah, I'm not sure. Maine only a 7% reporting. Utah still nothing. Iowa still nothing. California will probably go blue. Same with Oregon, Washington. Uh, Florida, 91% reporting still. There's not a whole lot of new news. North Carolina has 85% reporting, and Joe Biden with 49.7% of the vote. Donald Trump with 49.2% of the vote. Less than 30,000 votes separating them. Less than 30,000 votes separating Donald Trump and Joe Biden right now in North Carolina. Absolute insanity. Anyways, Ohio right now, 70% reporting. Donald Trump has stolen the lead. He now leads by around 25,000 votes. So we're going to pull up the Ohio map again. Donald Trump now is polling, now with 70% reporting. A couple more came in, and Donald Trump is now in the lead there with 49.7% of the vote. And Donald Trump and Joe Biden with 49%. 20,000 votes. 20,000 votes separate the two. Pretty insane. I don't think AOC is in danger of losing her seat. I don't think anyone thinks that. I might disagree with AOC on some things, but I think she's pretty safe where she is. Obviously, there's a lot of election coverage, so for those of you guys tuning in, I really appreciate it. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Obviously, I'm not a professional. I'm trying my best here. Donald Trump, wow. So he's in a slight lead right now in Ohio, one of the battleground states. Joe Biden's in a slight lead in PA. Michigan has Donald Trump in the lead, but only 20% reporting. Wisconsin also has Donald Trump in a slight lead with only 25% reporting. Texas now has Donald Trump in the lead. Texas is usually Trump country, and Texas now has Donald Trump in the lead. That makes a little more sense. Like I said, it was weird seeing Texas blue for a while. So Donald Trump now leads by a little more than 100,000 votes there in Texas, or a little less than 100,000 votes, I'm sorry, in Texas. Let's take a look. Florida's very close, 29 electoral votes, which is what makes Florida so important. So separating them right now is 350,000 votes. That is so close. 91% reporting of Florida. North Carolina with 86% reporting, still going Joe Biden. There's still a few counties yet to report. I know there's probably more precincts to report. But Joe Biden has that slight lead right now in North Carolina by just about 200,000 votes. That very well could change as we get later on in the night, as more polling places report. Missouri right now, if we look at it, Donald Trump behind Joe Biden by around 25,000 votes. So right now we're seeing pretty closely contested races. The ones that have been called, like Illinois, was pretty close, less than 100,000 votes separating right now with 30% reporting. So these are all pretty close races, even the ones that have already been called. Besides New York State is still pretty much a Joe Biden landslide. I don't think that was ever in question, though. I don't think Joe Biden winning New York State was ever a question. I know there was a lot of people posting "Flip New York Red," at least on my Facebook page. But I don't think that was ever in question, that New York was going to stay blue, because it just always is. Pennsylvania, on the other hand, that can go either way, as it always does. Now, Oklahoma only has 7 electoral votes. They're going Donald Trump, and pretty heavily Donald Trump. But that's, again, when you're talking about Donald Trump country, I think Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana area, Mississippi, I think those kind of states. So I don't think anyone expects that what I do think Minnesota will, I expect to go Biden. There's only 23% reporting now. It has Biden in the lead, 65%, 33%. So I think Biden will probably win Minnesota. I'm not calling that race, obviously, but that's just one of the things I've noticed. New Hampshire, only 20% reported still. New York, 20% reported, but again, that's going Biden. Virginia is going Biden, 49% reported. It's confirmed Biden. I want to bring this up because this confuses me. And I know mail-in voting and stuff and all that, but Joe Biden right now they say is winning the state. Like it's a verified win and he's behind by a little over 200,000 votes. Joe Jurgensen polled very well, 1.7%, 39,000 votes. So that's just interesting. I don't understand that, and maybe it's because mail-in votes aren't counted yet. I'm not sure. But when you look at Virginia, the Associated Press is calling it for Joe Biden. I haven't called that one yet because that just weirded me out. I'll call it when I see that Joe Biden is actually in the lead there. I know the Associated Press is like the most respected, and I feel bad for saying that, but I just don't understand it. But Wyoming, 0% reporting. They're calling Trump. It'll be very interesting to see how the night goes. What I might do is stop the live stream at about 10:30 tonight, take off for about a half hour, eat some food, get energized, and then come back at around 11 o'clock when the last of the polling places are closed. I think that's going to be the best way to do it tonight. So we'll pop off then, and this will allow me to catch up on some of the local election results. Pat Burke looks like he is going to win his assembly seat for the 142nd district. The 146, Wolfgang McMahon looks like they're going to be the victor as well. It'll allow me to catch up on some locals, and then as well, it'll allow me to eat some food. They've called a few small states for Biden where he is trailing. Yeah, I seen that too, Steve. I don't understand. And maybe it's because he did better with the suburban vote and the city votes are coming. I don't know. I see Missouri right now is polling in favor of Biden with 22% reporting. I want to keep my eyes on Ohio. 72% reporting, still less than. Well, now it's around 70,000 votes between the two, Biden and Trump. That's a close one. Joe Biden is still pretty, he still has a lead there in PA. Joe Jurgensen's polling at 3.6% in PA. So a state where Donald Trump really needs to win. And when you look at Joe Jurgensen, the Libertarian Party, as a Libertarian myself, I know I get yelled at all the time for taking away from the Republican vote because they feel like, I guess if I wasn't a Libertarian, I'd be a Republican for some reason, which I don't know why. But that's interesting, 3.6%. Right now is polling Joe Jurgensen. But that race will tighten up. And again, they have until 3 days after. So I do not expect PA to be called tonight. Lindsey Graham is in a hotly contested race right now, and it's only a 90,000 vote difference. For those of you wondering about Lindsey Graham, I just looked up at my TV and seen that going on. Again, so when I take that break at 10:30 tonight, I will catch up on some of these races, local races, and it'll help me out a lot. I'll be back at around 11. Colorado, 70% reporting, Joe Biden. New Mexico is going to Joe Biden. Illinois is going to Joe Biden. Vermont going to Joe Biden. New York, Joe Biden. Massachusetts going to Joe Biden. Rhode Island, Joe Biden. Connecticut, Joe Biden. New Jersey, Joe Biden. Delaware, also going Joe Biden. Maryland, Joe Biden. And District of Columbia, Joe Biden. And these are the Donald Trump ones. So we got Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, North and South Dakota, Wyoming, Nebraska, all going Donald Trump. So that is where we stand. That puts, that puts the delegates at 128. No, I'm sorry, 118 to 92, because I'm not counting Virginia yet, so I had to take that away. But yeah, Virginia, again, the Associated Press is calling for Joe Biden. I am just not comfortable because he is still behind right now, and I'm trying to figure out how that works. But yeah, guys, so there's a number of states right now called the ticker below has all the states, that you need to know. It'll be very interesting to see how tonight works, to say the least. I know a lot of people are nervous. A lot of people we're on edge, but we just gotta stay calm. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. A lot of swing states right now are very close, very hotly contested. Florida is just, again, 91% reporting for the longest time, and it's so close in Florida. So close. Georgia, Georgia is still pretty close. 300,000 votes separating Donald Trump and Joe Biden right now. North Carolina right now is probably the closest state, though, where there is less than 10,000 votes, or right around 10,000 votes, I should say, separating Joe Biden from Donald Trump. Which, again, very, very interesting to see it being that close. It's been a close one. You're going to see a lot of close states like that. Obviously, you're going to see some landslide states for both candidates as well, but you're going to see a lot of tightly contested races. Kansas is really close right now, right around 35,000 votes separating Joe Biden and Donald Trump in Kansas. Ohio is one to keep our eye on right now, 74% reporting, 120,000 votes roughly separating Biden and Trump, with Donald Trump in a slight lead. And yeah, that seems to be the story in a lot of the swing states besides Pennsylvania that has Joe Biden in the lead. We see the ones that are reporting right now, like Florida, we see Donald Trump in a slight lead. We see Ohio, Donald Trump in a slight lead. We see Wisconsin with Donald Trump in a slight lead. And we see Michigan with Donald Trump in a slight lead. Iowa hasn't reported anything yet. Fox is showing Florida lead down to 70,000. So I have the Florida lead right now at how the Associated Press poll is going, right around 400,000. And yes, the mail-ins are going to be huge in Florida. Everything in Florida is going to be huge, I think. Florida always seems to be one of those states it comes down to. I think that's, if you live in Florida, man, you better vote if you live in Florida. That's all I got to say. That is always such a tightly contested state. And again, I think Iowa will be pretty tight as well. And I'm not sure, Iowa will be an interesting one. Again, that's going to be up for grabs. What I'm wondering is if Arizona can possibly flip. That's one of those states. Hawaii will probably go blue like it usually does, and same with Alaska. We'll go red like it usually does. I don't think those will change. Maine right now still has Donald Trump in the slight lead, but Maine, small voting populace, 6,000 votes separating the two, and that's only with 9% reporting. New Hampshire, they haven't called it yet. Joe Biden has the lead there by about 20,000 votes. There's a lot of just like small states right now, I think, that are already called here in the Northeast. North Carolina is still so close. Right now, the poll I have has North Carolina the difference between the two is like 7,000 votes. It's so, with 87% reporting, it's so close. Like, I'm a little amazed by how close some of these states are. Tennessee was a clear Donald Trump victory. 84% reporting, 600,000 votes right now in favor of Trump. That's at 60.5% to 37.8. I don't think anyone expected Biden to win Tennessee or Kentucky, which both went heavily for Trump. Illinois, right? Obviously, that was called for Joe Biden. The difference between, they're still pretty close. There's plenty of places that still have to report. I know the Associated Press called them a while ago, so obviously I have no issues calling that one. But it definitely, New York, PA, 23% reporting has just flipped and put Donald Trump in the lead by less than 1,000 votes. So Donald Trump has right around 1,000 vote lead right now with 23% reporting in PA. Now Joe Biden's back in the lead. This is one that we're going to see flip over and over again between red and blue throughout the night. It just did it, and now you see a 3,000 vote lead for Joe Biden. Definitely going to be an interesting one to watch. This is going to go back and forth, this PA. 25% reporting, you have a 3,000 vote difference. That mail-in ballots are going to be very huge in Florida and Pennsylvania. When you look at Ohio, it's, again, you're talking right around 100,000 votes separating the two. Wow. It does not get, these are some very, very tight races. It's just pretty wild when you're looking at how close some of these races are. Let's go into Virginia. This is what I mean. So they called Virginia for Joe Biden. Now he's polling. Now his numbers are way better, 45%, with 53% to Trump. So it always confuses me when they do stuff like that. And let's look at North Carolina. You guys got to see how close North Carolina is. So Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Donald Trump is just behind Joe Biden right now. And when you look, it's just such a tight race. Look at that. Look how tight that is. This is a huge, this is very tight right now. They was 87% reporting. It's very tight there in North Carolina. Georgia, not so tight. Joe Biden did close the gap a little bit, but he still is down by about 300,000 votes. And Jo Jorgensen polling pretty well, 1.2% there in Georgia. She's the only third-party candidate on the ballot in all 50 states. And she's not polling great when you look at Colorado. Joe Biden won. But you look at Jo Jorgensen, 1.4%. So she's not polling great, but she's polling over that 1% mark in a lot of states right now, which is very interesting. And I think a lot of people kind of resonated pretty well with her platform, at least that I've spoken to. But same with Howie Hawkins. He's not on the ballot in all 50 states, though. He's the Green Party nominee. She's a Libertarian nominee. But yeah, guys, this is going to be just a hotly contested, close night all night. It's, we'll take some breaks. We'll take a break at 10:30, and we'll be back. Utah's first polling numbers are in with 20% reporting. Let's get into Utah. They got their first numbers, 20% reporting to Utah, and they put Donald Trump in the lead by quite a bit of votes. But Jo Jorgensen polling at 2.6% right now with 26% reporting, though. Yeah, guys, like right around a little more than 70,000 votes in favor of Trump. This will probably be a Trump. Kanye West at 0.4. How about that? Kanye West, 0.4% in Utah. I don't think anyone that's the first Kanye West sighting I've seen while checking polls. Let's see Colorado. Kanye West at 0.2% Colorado. So Kanye West is pulling some votes. Kanye West is pulling some votes, but Joe Biden won Colorado. But wow, I'm pretty amazed by that. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder. See, now I got to see if Kanye West pulled anything in Florida. So I don't see Kanye West in Florida. What I do see in Florida, though, obviously with 91% reporting, this is a race to watch. This is one of the closest ones. About 1 million mail-in ballots to be counted. This is going to be a very, very important one. And very close. Probably going to be too close to call, honestly, by the time we go to bed tonight. Same thing with Pennsylvania. I expect Pennsylvania to be too close to call tonight, and it might be a few days before we even get the results from Pennsylvania, if I'm honest with you. These are just some of what I've been reading and kind of seeing. So it'll be interesting. I worry sometimes about it. If I was lying, if I said I didn't worry. But I do worry sometimes about stuff. Not that I voted for either one of these two guys. I voted third party, but I still worry about the election and how people will react. So Arizona has 60% reporting. Let's show you this. So 60% reporting in Arizona, and it has Joe Biden in the lead by right around 250,000 votes. Joe Jorgensen polled at 25,000 votes there so far. That obviously there's a lot of counties that haven't reported yet, but that's going to be a big one. New Mexico obviously has already been called for Joe Biden. Texas has Donald Trump in the slightest of leads right now with 68% reporting. I don't think Donald Trump's nervous about losing Texas, but man, if he did lose Texas, that would be kind of huge. Even still, 68% reporting, still plenty of counties that are still gray with no results yet. So, but Joe Jorgensen, who I thought would poll better in Texas, only polling at 1%, which it is what it is. Just a very interesting night so far when you look at everything. I think voting numbers were good this year. I know a lot of people voted. I know, the big thing, everybody was pushing, go vote, go vote. I was pushing it. The NFL Network was pushing it. Big NFL, all these guys, they were all pushing to go vote. I think the voting turnout has been great this year. So I'm just amazed, it's so close. Minnesota right now, not very close, 33% reporting, about 300,000 votes separate Trump and Biden. It's just, there's just some very hotly contested races. North Carolina is only 3,000 votes separating Biden and Trump and has Biden in the slightest of leads. 87% reporting. So we are in for a long night. I know I keep saying it, but we are. I'll be here. Some more polls we should start getting some results in from the West Coast pretty soon. And it's just going to be a long night. It's been a long day, but it's going to be a long night too. Obviously a lot of the Midwestern states we knew would go Trump, like Wyoming, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma. Colorado with Biden, maybe not so much of a surprise. And Utah has Donald Trump in the slightest of leads by 12,000 votes right now with 41% reporting. Very interesting. Arizona, Joe Biden in the lead. Like I said earlier, I think Joe Biden will win Arizona, 65% reporting. There's, again, no guarantee. There's still plenty of precincts that haven't reported at all in Arizona. But that, from what has reported in Arizona, you have a little less than 200,000 votes separating the two. But I think that's a state that Biden can win. That's 11 electoral votes. Texas has the slightest of leads right now. I'm actually still surprised by how close this is. 250,000 votes, less than that, separating Joe Biden and Donald Trump in the great state of Texas right now. I'm curious to see what the total overall population vote. Yeah, I'm very interested too. You know, I really think we might be pushing for record turnout this year, and part of that is I feel like because of the pandemic. I feel like the pandemic made people bored, and definitely gave people nothing to do. So a lot of people watched the news and that. So a lot of people became interested very closely in all of this going on. So I think the pandemic kind of helped push votes a little bit, as weird as that may sound to some people. So we're getting our first look out of Montana, 17% reporting, and Joe Biden's in a slight lead. You see, my cat wants to join the stream. Not really. She wants to walk across my computer because she's jealous that I'm not paying any attention to her. But yeah, there you go. She's a good girl. She just, she always wants attention. The nature of cats, they always want attention, But yeah, and so right now we have a hotly contested, very close race. So Donald Trump just jumped into the lead here in North Carolina. Let's see what that's about. So Donald Trump, like I was saying earlier, was behind the slightest of margins in North Carolina. Now he's ahead by the slightest of margins in North Carolina. So when you look at these numbers and you look at just under 30,000 votes separate Trump and Biden right now, with 90% reporting. North Carolina is a very, very hotly contested state. The first look into Montana, 17% reporting here. And they have Joe Biden in the lead, but obviously still much to know. 34% reporting Minnesota. And then we're going to take a look into Iowa. And Joe Biden, just over 300,000 vote lead right now there in Minnesota. Let's take a look into Iowa. The 6 electoral votes in Iowa are up for grabs. Right now, Joe Biden is in the lead, but only 12% reporting. Iowa's going to be one of those states we watch. Kanye West is polling, again, 0.1%, not good, but he's getting votes. Kanye West is definitely getting votes this year. Fox is reporting officials in Philadelphia stopped counting mail-in ballots for the night. At least 300K still to be counted in just one county. Yeah, guys, that's what I mean. We're not gonna have results out of states, PA, Florida, tonight. We possibly won't have those two states for a few days. Ohio right now is in favor of Trump by a slight margin, with almost 80%. They're at 78% reporting. Again, we're going to keep an eye on a lot of these races. Joe Biden has the lead there in Arizona still as well, 70% reporting now. Another state we took a look at earlier. My cat just wants all the attention, guys. I'm so sorry. She just, look at her. She just wants all the attention. But yeah, definitely an interesting night. I hope everybody is just kind of staying calm and relaxing. What are you guys doing? Are you guys drinking, smoking? What are you guys doing to relax tonight? I know it's a stressful time, not just because of the election or because you have a cat wreaking havoc in your house, but the pandemic going on. So it's a stressful time right now. I just hope everyone's taking it easy on this election night. I know we have Right now, Joe Biden in the slightest of leads delegate count wise. Um, I'm going to check on VA again where they have Biden. They've already called for Biden, but still have Biden behind in the vote. So, again, interesting. Iowa, 13% only reporting. We just got to wait. New York, let's pull up New York here. This is obviously our state. It's, not a whole lot reported yet, only 30%. And Joe Biden in a very commanding lead. I don't think anyone expected that. Brock Pierce, 0.2%, Howie Hawkins, 0.3%, Joe Jurgensen, 0.5%, Donald Trump at 30.4%, and then Joe Biden at 68.7%. Joe Biden's obviously going to win New York. There's never really any question about that. He's winning right now pretty commandingly. But again, you have plenty of counties that still have to report. And I think that will be the interesting part. So what we're going to do now, guys, I appreciate all you guys that tuned in. We will be back in a little bit. I'm going to take a break. I will be back at 11 o'clock. I will see you guys then. I'm going to catch up on the local races, see what's going on. And I'm going to probably get some more food in me. It's been a long day. And we will be back at 11 o'clock. Yeah, so some of the third-party candidates are doing well. Alan Diggs, I don't know. But I'll be back at 11 o'clock, guys. Thank you guys for joining me for this last hour and a half. It's been fun. You guys have a great night, and I will see you in a little bit.